Hey there, TRW crew. Matt Vassallo here with the RhinestoneWorld.com. So we had a question on the Crafting with Rhinestones and Vinyl Facebook page from Mike as far as having this design that he purchased on our website at the RhinestoneWorld.com and how to edit it. So for example, Mike wants to change the letters in here but still keep the sand dollar and the starfish and the flip-flops here, but be able to edit it all and create something new. So you'll see if we go to our wireframe here, all of this is welded together. So you can't just pull out the flip-flops and pull out the sand dollar and so on. So what I would do to edit something like this is I would use a few different tools. First tool I would use is the eraser tool over here to the left side. And I would just open up a few of the areas here. So you can see this is going to allow me to edit some of the nodes a little bit easier. So I'm just kind of going around the design. You can see just kind of knocking out some of the area where everything's connected. And you can make this circle smaller if you want to, right up here at the top. So if I change it to 0.1, you can see it just made the circle a little bit smaller. But it's easier when they're broken apart like this to actually edit the nodes. So I'm going to go there. Let's go here. Let's break this apart, this area apart over here. And let's break this area apart right here. And it looks like that's most of my connecting pieces. Let's get the inside of the flip-flop area here and here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to double click on my design and I'm going to start deleting all of these nodes. Okay, this is going to get rid of my main wording first. So let's just get rid of a lot of these here, a lot of these, but you can see this is making it much easier to delete all this stuff, and it's not really affecting the sand dollar and the flip-flops and everything else. Okay, let's get this life area down here out of there, and some of this area up top, that's actually not connected there. Now we need to clean up these areas right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete some of these different nodes, grab a few of the handles, make it go around. So again, you can see it's not a perfect line going around there. So this shouldn't be that difficult to edit it just because we know that it's not perfect anyway. So I'm just going to pull that area in there, delete some of these nodes here, and I would say, I don't know, probably going to take a good 5 minutes or so to do it all, and then we just need to find out what we want for wording to go in it. Double click on that there, let's grab that handle, kind of make that go around there, and you can see how this is all starting to form together. So we got our sand dollar that's starting to become kind of its own sand dollar versus what we had before. Let's get that kind of wrapping around a little bit. Let's pull those arrows out so we can arrange a little bit better. And again, just highlighting these nodes here. And once I get those, I can kind of go there, make that line a little bit skinnier. And you guys can see kind of as I'm doing this, how everything's starting to come together here. Delete these nodes here, all of these here. And the reason why we're doing this is because it was, again, all welded together, which didn't allow us to change all of the text and everything else in it. So I would say we are pretty good here with our sand dollar, right? That looks pretty nice. Now we can come down here to our flip-flop. Now our flip-flop has a little bit more specific as far as the way that the lines are going. So we're going to have to get a little bit more detailed with this to keep it looking nice, but actually that's normally easier sometimes. So you can see how I just did that there. Now I'm coming down to this one here, deleting all of those. Let's grab my arrows here, pull it a little bit more that way, and that flip-flop's looking nice. Highlight these right here. Let's go ahead and grab where these arrows are going, bring them back this way, the way that we want them to go. And I would say that's looking nice there. And then highlight this area here, grab my arrows, let's bring those back into this way, and boom. So there we go. Look at that. We got, oh, I've missed one little spot right here. Boom. Let's double click on that. It's going to delete it. Round that out a little bit more. And let's highlight these. So they're going to go around nicely. Boom. Grab my arrows. Form that same kind of curve that's going around it. That looks nice there. And need to make it go down a little bit more. Just pull it a little bit more. And there we go. So there's my sand dollar. Oh, one last spot. They're sneaking up on me. Boom. Delete that one. Grab that. Change my arrow. And let's make sure there's not any more before I say we're all done. Looks good there. Looks good there. So now what we can do is we can grab our text and say we want it to say flip-flop. Maybe we're going to go flip-flop life here. So I'm going to go flip-flop. And not sure, maybe let's try and find a bold font here. So I'm just going to flip through my different fonts here. That one looks pretty cool. Let's maybe try this one just to mix it up a little bit. So I'm going to bring my text spacing a little bit closer together here. And I got flip-flop. I want to bring my word a little bit closer together. I can highlight these and bring flip-flop a little bit closer together. Let's change that to a black. Now let's enlarge it a little bit closer together. And if we want it going through, so it was kind of built to be for the font that I had on there, but if I wanted, like I said, flip this around and we want it to be a flip-flop life, we can change the word life, enlarge that a little bit, bring it over here, and then we got this right here. So you can grab any of your 2,000 plus fonts that you may have, whatever you have on your computer, edit this around, and then once this is like this, obviously I'm going to go here and here, because when I go into my wireframe, you're going to see I have a mess here, okay? Got a mess, so I'm going to want to weld all of these together. So let's weld that together, and then let's weld the flip-flops into that as well. See how that welded? That's going to make our weeding a whole lot easier. So now when I go back to my enhanced frame, here's my finished design. So probably going through, that was probably about a 5-6 minute process right there as I was kind of explaining it slowly for you, but very easy to do as long as you know how to edit the nodes. So for example, if I had not used that eraser tool off the start to break it, then it gets much more difficult, because watch, when I start deleting these nodes, watch what happens. What happens is all of this is still connected, and see how weird it starts getting? So it's going to be a lot harder for you to do all of that editing. So that's why I kind of draw it and break it apart first with the eraser tool, and that's going to make your life a whole lot easier if you want to edit a current design like this. So hope this video helped you out. If you do have any questions, make sure to give us a call. Number's 941-755-1696. This is Matt with the Rhinestoneworld.com, and you guys all have a great day.